Well, the lighting is terrible, but we're gonna start a vlog. Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Brianna and this is For Paws in a Book. I make bookish videos over here on my little corner of the internet. So if that's something you're interested in, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. I'm about to hit 200 books read in the year, which is a surprising statistic for me and I didn't think I'd ever get there. But I thought I would vlog this experience and we're gonna do it by going and buying the book that's gonna be my 200th book read. This is an experience for me, okay? I have never read this many books in my life, and the fact that it is November and I am reading my 200th book of the year is impressive. And I wanted to commemorate that. I wanted to celebrate it somehow. My 100th book happened during Smutden. I'll put the link up here. It was such a mid book, and I wanted my 200th book to be something special, something great, which is a lot of pressure. I also don't normally do dedicated reviews, or like dedicated single book vlogs. So I had to kind of add something fun to it. So I'm at Barnes & Noble and we're going to just go buy a book. I have no thoughts, no plans, nothing that I like have to get, but we're gonna go buy a book and then we're gonna read it. And I'm gonna tell you what I think about it.
I'm getting older, but I still can't read a vibe. 'Cause my world is on fire, but we're saying we're doing fine. I never thought I'd make it here past 25. Ooh, but maybe I just overthinking and wasting time. 'Cause I don't wanna know if I'm better off alone. I'm so happy when I'm sad, I make it up to deal. 'Cause I just need to see what the hell is supposed to mean, so I can make it better, make it real. That's just how I feel. I think it over, but I can't convince myself. Corporation got a stake in mental health. Stepping over stars to the colored lights. Is the whole world gray, or am I too blind to the fact that I just make it harder whenever I say that it's not? Maybe I'm being stupid for being a martyr. Maybe it's time that I stop. 'Cause I don't wanna know if I'm better off alone. I'm so happy when I'm sad, I make it.
But tell me why that was the hardest thing to do. Like, that was so hard. I walked around that store for 45 minutes because I was like trying to A, figure out how I want to like conceptually do this video. B, like there's a lot of expectations on the 200th book of the year. So I got two. Obviously only one of them will be my 200th book of the year, but I, at this point, don't know which one. I'm doing the Get a Clue readathon right now, and I think when I start this book, I won't know what the prompt is, so like I'm hoping that like one of these two will match the prompt. They'll both match like other prompts, like the additional prompts, so like we might just do that. So I got a new release and I got a backlist book. So let's talk about the backlist one first, because Bethany and Izzy read it and really liked it, and that was Kushiel's Dart by Jacqueline Carey. This is a political fantasy. I think she's either like she's probably a slave, like a slave that does sexual things, but then there's, you know, betrayal and revolution and stuff. And actually, funny thing is that both of these books kind of have the same premise, because I also got Damsel by Evelyn Skye. I haven't heard anything about this book before, but like A, the cover's gorgeous. There's also a dragon, and this is about a girl who is lives very like on the verge of poverty, famine-stricken realm, and her family is offered a lot of money if she marries this prince, and then she has to like go through these like trials, and evidently it's actually not really a marriage. She's actually like being like sent off to basically die, sacrifice princesses to a hungry dragon, and she's like, nah, we're not doing this, we're gonna fight. So yeah, two kind of similar premises, but like different dragon and stuff, and we'll just see which one will work. A, for the prompt, and B, which one I decide. I'll touch base with you when I start this book. Hello, we're back. It's a couple days later and I have picked the book that's gonna be my 200th book, mostly because this audiobook is shorter. For some reason, despite like the length of the book not being long, the audiobook for Kashiel Start is like 30 hours long, and I don't understand. So we're not gonna do that one. I'm going to be reading A Damsel by Evelyn Skye as my 200th book of 2023, which still sounds crazy. I've never read that many books in a year before. And to think that like I'm gonna go well over that because it's very early in November. So anyway, that's where we're at. So I listened to a little bit of work today, and I'm 62 pages into this. Oops, the dust jacket, so I don't want it to fall off. And I'm enjoying it. It is kind of starting off as like almost a romance. Like it's an arranged marriage, but like she is kind of falling for this prince, king, something. Prince. Like, you know, they just had like the proposal and he was like, I know it was an arranged marriage, but will you marry me? And it was like sweet and like understanding. It's interesting to think of like how we're gonna go from this where we're at now to this really dark place, according to the synopsis. So we'll see what happens. I will say, like, this is a $28 book. So it is an adult book, but it does not feel adult. This is very much a YA book, or like a YA bridge into new adult kind of a book. So if you don't like that in fantasy, this probably isn't going to be the best book for you. And it's probably why Goodreads has it as such a low rating. I think it has like a 3.6 on Goodreads, which is pretty low for like a new release fantasy. And I imagine it's because people are like, this doesn't feel like an adult book. It doesn't. It really doesn't. Because like when I'm thinking of comp titles, it's things like Iron Widow or Girls of Paper and Fire type of story, and both of those are YA. So like it kind of makes sense. So yeah, I'm gonna read this on sprints tonight. I've actually also gotten like super obsessed with building Lego. I built a little baby Yoda, Grogu, last week, and then just like I hyper focused on this and built this in one night. So then I bought more. I'm actually trying an off-brand of Lego right now, and I can't remember what the actual brand is. I'll link what I'm building down below. But I wanted to kind of see what it was like, because it's like a quarter of the price this little like cafe that I'm building, and so far it's not terrible. The packaging is really bad in that like it's not separated out very well, which is a problem, but other than that I'm having a good time and I'm having fun with it. So I think what I might do is, if I can set it up in the office, like on my desk while I'm sprinting tonight, I might listen to my audiobook and build Lego, and maybe I will like film some B-roll footage for you. We'll see. Okay. But I need to change my battery first. I'll talk to you later.
Hoping you'll love me once again. I know I'm selfish a little bit, and you calling love wasn't helping it. Yeah, here we are in the same bed. Just come back out there. He's not all that you wished for. Yeah, it's pretty clear to me. You're losing track of where you are. Baby, it's not that serious. You're playing games, it's fucked up. You're waiting for my heart to get wise. Will you leave me here? Won't you? Baby, it's not that serious. I wish we could just make up. It's all been said and done.
Alright, you're getting a lot of updates in this spot, so apologize for that, but it's just the easiest way to like set up my camera quickly because it's the edge of my desk and it's a halfway decent background. So this is what you're getting. So I've made it past the 50% mark of Damsel. I am loving this book. This is like best case scenario, right? Because I walked into that store with absolutely no expectations, no path, no guideline. I just went in and I bought a book, and it was this one, and this is fantastic. Is it an adult fantasy novel? Not really. I can see it trying to be. I can see it with like some of the language it uses, like it does overuse the word bitch a bit too much, but kind of works with this character. Here's the thing, she's stuck in a cave by herself. I'd probably be saying stuff too. But I don't know, I'm loving the tropes that are in here. So, since the last time that we've discussed, because I was like, oh, it's a romance. Like, it's, you know, her and the prince are together and it's so cute and whatever. We've gone off the deep end since that update. I don't think much of this is a spoiler because a lot of it is in the synopsis, but essentially there is this century-long tradition that there are women that get fed to the dragon. And on the wedding night, they take her away to this ceremony that is only for the princess, and it turns out that they, you know, throw her into the cave. So I've yet to figure out if, like, the prince is involved with it. I can't see how he wouldn't be, because he would have to know that stuff like this happens, right? I don't know, maybe. We've yet to figure that out, because he seemed like such a great guy. She finds out that, like, this is something that has been happening for centuries. She, like, kind of discovers this along the way. We get a second POV of one of the princesses 8 centuries ago, who is kind of, like, trying to survive at the same time. And she's, like, writing clues for Elodie, our main character, to try to get out. Does this other character get out? I don't know. We're kind of figuring it out at the same time. So who knows what happens. But yeah, I'm having such a good time. It's kind of like this isolated setting, because she is quite literally the only character other than the dragon and a couple of glowworms at this point. So there's like a very like lonely feeling to this book. I don't know. I'm curious to see how it will make a Netflix film, because it's based on the screenplay that's designed for Netflix. I don't think the film is actually out yet, but it's like just a screenplay. So I'm curious to see how it'll work in a visual media, because it's very much one character for the majority of the book. It definitely still has a YA feel to it, and so I think if you're a person who just like really doesn't like that, this might rub you the wrong way, because like my comp titles for this would definitely be Iron Widow or Girls of Paper and Fire. Those like type of like strong women in bad positions and trying to overthrow and like survive in those terrible conditions. But like, could my 200th book be a 5-star read even though I knew nothing about this book? Like, best case scenario, right? We love it. So anyway, I'm on sprints tonight. I'm probably going to finish this up, and I will touch base with you when I'm done. Hi, it's Editing Brie to close out this vlog, because I could have sworn I did a vlog clip where I talked about this book and I wrapped it up. Nope, doesn't exist. Can't find it on any of my memory cards. Can't find it on my phone. I don't know what happened. I guess I didn't finish. I mean, I finished this book, but I didn't talk about it. I think it was because I finished it on sprints, and so I kind of recapped it on sprints. And then when I went to be like, okay, I need to film this, and this, I was like, no, wait, I've already filmed that. And I hadn't. So here we are. I finished Damsel. I gave it 5 stars. This was fantastic, and it was so wonderful to have a book that I knew nothing about going into, and it was still 5 stars. I don't think that's ever happened to me, so that was great to be the 200th book, especially because 100 was just so mediocre. This is a book that I would recommend to people who are just getting into adult fantasy, because I don't think it's like really adult fantasy. It's one of those bridge books. I should do a video on like bridge fantasy books, because I've read a lot of them lately. And this is like a bridge book, right? Because she is a little bit older, she is a little bit more mature, there are a little bit more like darker themes in it, but at the same time it has a younger feel to it, and it's not a super complex plot. Like, we're following one character for the large majority of the book. I don't know, this like hit all of the right buzzwords for me. And I don't have like, I don't know, I'm trying to keep this spoiler free and like not talk about the exact plot of it, but like there's a dragon. So if you are on that like Iron Flame hangover, this has a dragon in it. But yeah, this was a good book. This was 5 stars. I had a fantastic time with it, and I am so excited that I read it and that I loved it. Anyway, that was my 200th book. Sorry that this clip is a little bit disjointed, but like I said, I could have sworn I finished this. and I did a clip for it, but I guess not. So here we are, like 5 days later. Anyways, that's it for me tonight. We're gonna wrap this up. Let me know a book that surprised you and you ended up loving even though you knew nothing about it. And if you're not feeling chatty, we'll just do the dragon emoji. That's all I have for you today. If you are new here and you have not yet subscribed, there's a little button that you can do so down below the video. If you'd like to hang out with me more, links to my Instagram, Goodreads, Twitter, and my Patreon are linked in the description below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!